Before we begin the video, we have a new single coming out on the 21st of October. The song is titled Black Aces and is the first song off our new album, Legends, covering some of the greatest figures and events in history. The song follows the story of the Tuskegee Airmen of the Second World War. They were some of the greatest fighter pilots of the war and will be immortalized in this song. The song will be released on Apple Music and Spotify. It will also be released as a music video on YouTube, plus a single on YouTube and a single on SoundCloud. You can pre-save the song on Apple Music and Spotify via the link in the description. Thank you for listening and I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, but what is happening to my pilot? Is my pilot just an owl? I think my pilot's an owl. Just like... yeah, that's my pilot. My pilot's an owl. Just... yeah. That is what my pilot is. That's what my pilot's doing. Yep. How is my pilot alive? I'm curious. How is my pilot alive? I need to know this. Anyway. Gaijin is slowly but surely killing War Thunder. What do I mean by this? You see, for a long time, War Thunder's gameplay was based on skill, and if you had the top vehicles, it obviously meant you were somewhat good at the game, and you would ground your way up to that 9.7 to, well, now 11.3 area. And it was a privilege, and it was very much noted that you were good at the game if you had a vehicle of that rank. But what's happening now is, basically for a quick buck, Gaijin is turning all of us diehard players that have been playing for years and have been honestly grinding out the game, and they're driving us away from the game. And how are they doing this? I hear you ask. I don't actually know if you asked this. You've probably seen a million videos on this anyway, but I'm gonna make this video anyway. So, they're doing this by allowing new players into these top tiers of battle. How are they doing this? Take the Su-25K and the A-10 for examples. Okay? They are not capable air-to-air systems. Without the missiles, they would be far lower down in battle rating. Apart from maybe the A-10. And that's just based off aircraft performance. But then you get its weaponry. And its weaponry is what puts it at the battle rating. Right? These aircraft should still be higher BRs if they have these ridiculous weapons. I went on call the other day with my friends and I told them that I thought the Harrier GR7 was one of the smartest decisions Gaijin's ever made. The Harrier GR7 is at 11.0 and is subsonic. But it has all-aspect heat-seeking missiles. That makes the Harrier GR7 incredibly meta, incredibly good for playing the game, incredibly good for getting things like research and stuff, because those two missiles make you a capable air-to-air system. Now, in Russia and USA, you have a very similar scenario. You have A-10As. They actually have more missiles than the Harrier GR7, and they're exactly the same type of missile. But the A-10As, even though they are subsonic like the Harriers, they are still at 10.0. When all-aspect air-to-air missiles were introduced into the game, they were a thing, like all-aspect heat-seeking missiles, they were a thing that were kind of exclusive to 11.3s. And maybe you might have got the odd 10.7, 11.0 plane with all-aspect heat-seekers. What we've got right now are 9.7 planes with 4 all-aspect R60M missiles. I'm talking about the Su-25K here. Why is this a problem, I hear you ask? The reason this is a problem is they're premium aircraft. Anyone can buy them. They're not... I think people would appreciate them more, or people would respect them more, maybe if they were aircraft that you would actually have to grind for. But no, they're not. They're just premium aircraft that a level 1 player can buy and basically get top tier weapons equipment without even having to learn how to play the game. And this sort of just takes the fun out of the game. It, like, I don't really know how to put it, but lower tier players shouldn't have access to these sort of vehicles. These sort of vehicles should be put up in battle rating despite the fact that they're subsonic, because it's clearly shown that the Harrier GR7 is capable of being a very good weapons platform while at 11.0 while still being subsonic. Harrier GR7 was a very welcome and very smart addition to the game in terms of battle rating. And it works. It's a good plane, and it performs well. I enjoy flying it. What I don't enjoy is maybe going into my MiG-21 or going into my LIM-5 or going into any plane in that really 8.7 to 11.0 bracket and getting a lobby full of level 6s on Su-25Ks and A-10s. It's just boring, and it's not fun. And I know people shit on the F-14, but in all honesty, the F-14 is still at the end of a tech tree. You still have to grind up for that plane. And yes, there are players that will just bought their way up, which I don't think is right, but if that's what they want to use their money on, then so be it. Because it's still going to be way more expensive than getting an Su-25K. But what I don't understand is why Gaijin keeps doing this. They've seen these videos. We know the devs have seen these videos, and they know about the backlash towards these sort of vehicles, but they don't do anything. I think this has really been brought to a front with the announcement of the new update. I think it was Breaking Ice or something. I've honestly forgotten the name. What have they gone and done? They haven't fixed battle rating compression. They haven't fixed any of the aircraft battle ratings. No, they've added a new tech tree. Cool. Finland tech tree. That's cool. Do we give... We don't care. It's simple. Like, yeah, Finland tech tree. Great. Love it. I think for a major update, it's weak. And especially when you consider that for most players, what they want out of the next major update is not any flashy new vehicles or anything. They just want the game to become balanced again. Put these planes with ridiculous weapons platforms like all-aspect air-to-air missiles, put them at a battle rating of at least 10.7. Put them at least there. Because right now you've got these planes with ridiculous weapons platforms facing 8.7 planes. Most of these planes at 8.7 have barely seen a missile before, let alone seen top-tier level missiles. The whole point of the 8.7, well, of the 8.0 to the 8.0 to 9.7 range is to get people used to these missiles, get them used to how they pull, get them used to how they work. It's not supposed to be getting them used to suffering to the same missile over and over again. The problem is these games can either go two ways. Well, they can actually go four ways, if you think of it. First way, you join in a game, your entire team is SC-25Ks, and your entire team gets swept, you're the only one left, and you stand no chance against the entire horde of enemy planes. Another outcome is the other team is SC-25Ks, and they are just food for your team. Another outcome is that full team of SC-25Ks uses their R60s against your team. You can't do anything. And that's the problem. It's not that these planes are bad additions to the game. They're planes that people have been asking for. The problem is that although their airframes are subsonic, their weapons platforms are way above the battle rating that they're at. And I'm going to harken back to the example of the Harrier GR7. Because you have a look at that plane. It's subsonic. Any other subsonic plane at 11.0 would be absolutely murdered. But because of the weapons platform, the Harrier actually stands a chance, and I'm able to use it effectively at 11.0. The same thing can't be said for the American Harrier. That's still at 9.7, and it shouldn't be. It's got like 400 flares, and it's got missiles that should at least be 10.7. If you're gonna have this, you may as well just have biplanes and supersonic jets with beyond visual range radars be in the same battle rating, fuck's sake. It's not fair on the player to have to deal with all of this. And don't get me started on ground. They're just adding, again, squadron vehicles and premium vehicles of top tier level. Shouldn't be a thing. So how do I think Gaijin should fix this? Because it shouldn't go on like this. Gaijin shouldn't be just adding this and then people buying into it. How do we fix this? The first thing you need to do, don't buy any of the new premiums. Just play Tech Tree. Don't buy anything from Gaijin. Anything in the 10.0 to 11.3 range shouldn't be accessible to a player that hasn't ground up the trees, hasn't got the skill level to do that, unless they add another battle rating and they add the cap, which they probably will since they're adding BVR missiles now. The devs need to listen to the players. I love playing Air. Air is my favourite game mode to play. I've found myself more frequently actually having fun and enjoying 4.0 ground. And this is coming from someone who doesn't play ground. I've just found myself enjoying ground more. Should it be like that? Just think to yourself, should I be enjoying ground more than my favourite game mode because my favourite game mode is just full up of players that don't know what they're doing and Gaijin just fucking around with everything? It shouldn't be like that. Gaijin needs to fix their game. That's what I want in the next update. I don't care if we get any new vehicles or not. Battle rating decompression, and just, we want the game to be balanced and fixed again. Then maybe Air will be enjoyable. I know I'm using clips of Air in this video. Yes, they are my own clips. I did record them last night at 3 a.m. in the morning to extreme pain. But I genuinely, although it was fun and I got a sense of achievement in a lot of these clips, I didn't enjoy it. It was painful. I get War Thunder's a grindy game. At the end of the day, it's a game. It's supposed to be enjoyed. It shouldn't be painful. It shouldn't be painful and strenuous to the player base. It's not how a game should be. So devs, if you see this video, which I doubt you will, but you will see videos from Spitfire. You will see videos from European Canadian. Listen to the player base. Listen to what we want. Listen to... Don't think about the money all the time, because you get money whenever we play the game. People are still going to buy premiums. You don't need to keep on adding more premiums, and if you do, then make the premiums at a battle rating that it won't affect all the players that enjoy playing top tier. But don't make it so low that it won't affect all the players playing lower tiers, and don't make the premiums so ridiculously overpowered that they ruin the game for everyone. And don't just add premiums for the sake of adding premiums. I don't think anyone wants to see that. But right now, all you're doing is adding vehicles at a battle rating that is way too low for their own good. At a battle rating that is affecting other players in a negative way. And it shouldn't be like that. So devs, if you do watch this video, think about what I'm saying, because I'm not one of your big creators. I'm just a genuine War Thunder player that is speaking from the heart. This is not scripted. I'm literally just sitting here in front of my PC with my phone here, recording into my phone, voicing over some footage. My PC has turned off. I'm recording this non-script, nothing with it. I'm not going to edit this. I'm not going to edit the voices. I'm not going to put subtitles on, because you should be able to understand it. This is ridiculous, Gaijin. You are driving your players away from the game. You're driving some of the people that have put hours and even money into the game. Stop it. Cut the bullshit. Make the game balanced. And make it fun. Because right now War Thunder is not a fun game. We all know it's about the grind, but in terms of it actually being a fun and enjoyable grind, no, it's not a fun game if you're constantly being attacked by players that don't know what they're doing, and weapon systems that are far too advanced for their skill level. So if you do watch this video, devs, listen to what I'm saying and take it on board. And next update, don't add any flashy new planes or anything. Don't add any flashy new tanks. Don't add any flashy new ships. Because, to be honest, who even plays naval? And just make the game balanced. I don't care if that means adding 2 new battle ratings to spread out the vehicles more. At least the game will be more balanced then. Because right now, all that happens, at least for me in an air game, is I get in my MiG-21 MF, and it's a whole team of enemy Su-25Ks, say a few Milans, A5Cs, J-35As, all these premium planes, which, yeah, I like the J-35A, that's the one thing there that I liked. A-10s, and I just clap them. I average 7 kills a game. 90% of those kills are players that don't know what they're doing, and it's not because I don't have the skill to take on the players that do know what they're doing. No. It's because the entire lobby is full up of players that don't know what they're doing. So fix the game. I will still make War Thunder videos. I will still play the game, but fix the game. Make it enjoyable. Make it fun. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching the video. If you got to this point, please a like and subscribe to the channel would be very much appreciated. And expect new stuff coming out soon. Sorry I've been slow with uploads. College just started, so I'm kind of been focusing on that. But yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Please feel free to leave your thoughts down in the comments below. And yeah, see ya.